Love Ki Ghanti 1. You Can't Decide When It Rings. Written by Mr. Deepak Satya. Chapter 3. Boon or Curse. There was a semi-posh mohalla at the northern end of Dehradun city, which was called Sunar Mohalla. 21-year-old Rajvardhan Parmar, aka Raju, lived with his parents in this locality. They belonged to the Rajput clan of Uttarakhand. Once upon a time, only people of the Sunar goldsmith caste used to live in Sunar Mohalla, due to which this locality was named Sunar Mohalla. Today, people of almost all castes started living here. Despite this, the name of this locality was still Sunar Mohalla. 60% of the houses in Sunar Mohalla were of modern age, and 30% were of old age. Raju's house was among those 10% who had not yet decided in which category they should be kept. Raju's grandparents belonged economically to what is today called the upper middle class. This was the reason why they were able to educate their children, but they were not able to build a luxurious house for themselves like the rich. They left behind a 3-room house and about 10 bayas of land as their legacy. Raju's 2 uncles, like mostly educated people of Uttarakhand, had settled in other states of the country while working. They had given the ancestral house in the name of their younger brother, in exchange for a larger share of the farm and barn. Raju's Pitaji was an accountant in a private firm. Not much, but he had earned so much that he had given his ancestral house a modern look to some extent. He had built a boundary wall around the house and installed a strong gate. The boundary wall was decorated with flower pots by Raju's Maji. There was an open courtyard in front of the gate after which the house started. There were 2 rooms on the left side of the house. There was a large kitchen along with the rooms, with a hall in front. On the right side of the hall there was the 3rd room and a grain store. The crops coming from the fields were kept in this store. The bathroom was built outside the house, in such a position that both the people inside the house and outsiders could easily use it. Raju's father also had a bike and a cheap small car. There was a fridge in the kitchen, a TV, as well as a DVD player in the hall. I don't know what came to Raju's mind during the holidays after giving the 8th class paper, that he had captured the single room on the right side of the hall and declared it as his kingdom. Overall, Raju's family was still middle class. Raju looked like a normal Uttarakhandi boy. That means his height was 5 feet 6 inches and his physique was athletic. Although the relatives used to call Raju thin, for Raju's mother, her son was perfect, that is, neither too fat nor too thin. The body was exactly like a runner. Raju had no special attachment to his studies. That's why somehow he had not even looked at the book since completing 12th. It had been 2 years since Raju completed 12th, but he was neither in college nor in any job. The parents were upset with their only young son, but could not muster the courage to say anything to him. There was a special reason behind this. The newly married couple had grown older after many years, but they had not been blessed with a child. They were Hindu, so they had many gods present to relieve their troubles. Hindus do not have 1.5 gods like other religions. The Hindu religion is organized like a big corporate company. That means a separate department for every work. If you are feeling scared, then you should contact Hanumanji's department. If the fear of death is troubling, you must contact Shivaji's department. Need money? Don't worry, contact Ma Lakshmi's department immediately. Experts are also present, who give complete information about how the work will be done in every department. Those experts tell you the complete details of fasting, puja, holy bath, charity and religious trips along with the expenses. The newlywed couple, on their way to old age, took formal appointments in all the Hindu departments and followed all the instructions given by the experts, but still they did not get a child. When things did not work out with the Hindu gods and goddesses, a relative advised them to visit the Dargah of a pir located in the state of Haryana on Thursday. One specialty of real Hindus is that they not only consider their religion special, but they also respect all religions. They also believe that Mother Nature can give power to a person of any religion. Now, since this childless couple was a true Hindu, they saw no objection to visiting a religious place of another religion. Just 2 weeks later, the childless husband and wife also reached the dargah of a Haryana pir in search of a child. In the desolate area with brittle soil, only 1 or 2 trees were visible at every distance. But where the dargah was, there were bushes of trees. In the dargah, there was a tomb of the pir under the open sky, on which the devotees had covered green clothes. Right in front of the shrine, many lamps were burning with mustard oil and also a lot of incense sticks. Next to the tomb, sitting on a bed, was a man dressed in orange that everyone called Pir's Sevadar, servant. This person was the means of communication with the pir. It was believed that the pir used to listen and speak through him. In front of the tomb, under the open sky, 2 persons wearing bright white clothes were singing in devotion to the pir and were also playing traditional instruments. One person was singing while playing sarangi, and the other person was singing while playing daru. In devotion to the pir, this song and play used to be played throughout the night, which the local people there called Chauki Jagrata. The childless husband and wife, who had come from Uttarakhand, realized after reaching there that just coming once would not be enough. They will have to please Pir Baba, for which they will have to come to the dargah every Thursday and also show their faith in Chauki Jagrata. The couple, who were disappointed everywhere, started trying here too. It was not easy to get leave from the office every Thursday, but still husband made it possible and started attending the dargah regularly. When they went for the 11th time, they were called by the Sevadar of the pir. You are not destined to have children, but the pir, pleased with your devotion, has asked Bhagwan for a son for you. But the problem is that Akal Mrityu, untimely death, will follow that child for 34 years. If 34 years pass, he will live more than 100 years. Now think about it, and tell me whether you want such a son. Sevadar of the pir said. The couple coming from Uttarakhand found this very strange. They could not understand whether the pir was giving them a boon or a curse. The husband asked for time to think because he understood that he was getting a curse in the form of a boon, but the wife, who was upset after hearing the taunt of being barren, forced the husband to immediately say yes because she could see the boon in this curse. The husband tried hard to convince her, but the wife instead convinced her husband. Think again? Pir Sevadar asked. The veiled wife herself came forward and reiterated her statement. The Pir Sevadar, who had double-checked, conveyed their message to the pir. Now you have to come here with your child only. The Sevadar said with full confidence, signaled them to leave, and immediately called the next needy person. Exactly 9 months after that night, Raju was miraculously born through a major operation. While everyone else was happy, Raju's father was tense. He remembered very well the words of Pir's Sevadar. Even if he wanted to forget, the big operation did not let him forget. The big operation was the proof of the prediction of Pir's Sevadar. Untimely death had planned to kill Raju in the womb, which 3 capable doctors together had to foil.